South Africa is a beautiful place for all. Its diverse culture and endless spots to visit make it a popular tourist attraction. However, with the good comes the bad. The country holds the number 3 spots for the highest crime rates in the world, and the top 5 most dangerous cities in Africa all come from South Africa. From rape and murder to hijackings and robberies, SA unfortunately has it all. In this video, we are going to explore the most dangerous cities of South Africa. After doing our research, we were quite surprised with the results. All the cities we expected were there, just not in the order we expected. Watch this video to the end, because based on a survey we asked the community, we believe you will be just as surprised as we were about the results. These are the cities, listed from least to most dangerous, sourced from Business Insider Africa as of beginning of 2024. Before we begin, let us first understand how these cities were rated. They were given a score that was determined by the number of crimes, such as hijackings, murders, rapes, etc., that was committed in a certain area during a certain time, which determined the crime rate in that area. This is sometimes expressed as the number of crimes per 100,000 people. Let's begin. Number 5, Cape Town. Most of us would expect Cape Town to be at the top of the list, but it sits at number 5 with a score of 73.5 and a global ranking of 16. The most common type of crime there is murder, and one thing for sure is the city has the most murders in the country. But as we mentioned, the reason it's not higher on the list is because other cities have higher crime rates where people are committing other types of crimes. Murders are the main problem due to gang violence. Gangs fight for turf, power, and money in order to survive. Majority of these gang members spend decades of their life going in and out of prison, where the cycle of gang life continues through the generations. Number 4, Port Elizabeth. Coming in at number 4, we have Port Elizabeth, with a crime index of 77 and a global ranking of 8. Majority of the crimes that take place here are robberies, hijackings, and burglaries. The city is at the center of the South African motor industry, which makes it a hotspot for car thefts, as thieves often target car parts to strip and sell or hijack the whole car completely and transport it to another country. Recently, there has also been a spike in cash in transit heists. Some even say the struggle of racism and discrimination is still prominent in the area, which makes some individuals feel safe in certain parts of Port Elizabeth. Number 3, Johannesburg. Holding the number 3 spot is Johannesburg, with a crime index of 80.7 and a global ranking of 4. Like Port Elizabeth, the main types of crimes are hijackings, robberies, and burglaries. Once considered the city of gold because of its gold mine, its land is now full of resources and opportunities that attract a lot of businessmen. But as we all know, in South Africa, where there is money, there is mischief. Hence, many criminals take advantage of the money flowing throughout the city, which is why there has also been a spike in cash in transit heists. Another big problem in the city is taxi bosses fighting for control over traffic routes. These warfares sometimes get so intense that the taxis go on strike and cause a major disruption to the entire city. Number 2, Durban. At number 2 we have Durban, with a crime index of 80.9 and a global ranking of 3. Durban is one of those cities that has it all. Unlike the other cities where there's a main crime being committed in a particular city, Durban is exposed to everything all the time. From murders to robberies to rape, you name it. Like Johannesburg, however, there's been a recent spike in cash in transit heists and taxi violence as different bosses compete for different traffic routes. Number 1, Pretoria. Pretoria shockingly tops the list at number 1 with a crime index of 81.8 and a global ranking of 2. Considered the administrative capital and serving as an executive branch of the government, this does not make Pretoria an exception to crime. In fact, it makes the crime even more enticing. The main problem citizens face here is that the crime revolves around money, such as hijackings and robberies. The criminals here target anything, from cell phones to cars, from handbags to houses. They have no limits. Any part of South Africa you visit is dangerous. That's not to say the country itself is not beautiful, but the citizens here suffer a lot from the crime that happens on a daily basis, which many believe is a result of the apartheid regime and the poverty cycle that followed thereafter. In our next videos, we'll cover the most dangerous parts within these cities. Subscribe so you don't miss out.